All right, so this is a beer from jolly old England. We got us the Wold Top Night Watchman Ale, or Stout. Night Watchman Dark Smooth Stout, right here. Now, I've had one of these before because they come in 4-packs, just like everything. It was a good deal. Didn't even realize that this is gluten-free stout. Never had a gluten-free stout until I had this 4-pack here. Now, I had one warm. I warmed it up because it's from jolly old England, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to drop your beer in the bathtub, let it warm up. So I dropped the beer in a bowl of warm water. Well, you know what? If you need to warm up a beer, that is the way to do it, obviously. Shit, that worked like you wouldn't believe. You drop it in for like a minute. That thing's lukewarm beer, man. All right. Let's pour this. So the reason I'm doing another one is because it wasn't very good lukewarm. Well, I would say slightly warmer than cellar temperature, which is, you know, even for your bitters is kind of warm. It was very frothy. I tasted the calcium additive or whatever they use, or maybe their water's just super duper hard. It'd have to be extremely hard if that's how their water tastes. And that's possible because this is from wait a minute. Whoa. Yorkshire. Wold Top Brewery and Humanity Grange, Wold Newton Driffield. Wold Newton Driffield sounds like the spot. Humanity Grange sounds like some British thing that no one understands, but unless you're from there. So, craft beer imported and packaged by blah, blah, blah. Wold Top Brewery, 4.4% alcohol by volume. Here's the label. They got the sheep, Wold Top. I don't know if that's a older word for wool. I don't know. I don't know the history of the progression of the English language from those older time frames. Gluten-free, barley, oats, and, you know, water, hops, yeast. Doesn't really list the variety. It says houblon, which is French, I think, for hops, and it says levure, which is like leaven, which means yeast in French, I'm thinking. There is no extra sticker you get on from your European beer sometimes with the French info stuck on for Canada. They actually designed the label here. They're very, please drink, UK Chief Medical Officer, regular, don't drink more than 14 units per week. So they're very socially conscious outfit here. The gluten-free, which I get. Now, I have had Messenger and maybe some other gluten-free beers. I can't remember exactly. Well, Messenger was good. Buckwheat beer. I've used buckwheat in brewing before. It's great as an adjunct. As a solid malt, it tasted like Budweiser, kind of like Bud Light, but kind of a little more champagne-y. I say it was a little better than Bud Light, right? Smells good when it's cold. Did not like it warm. Much better cool. And when I say cool, it's cold. Much better. With the cask styles that are using like SO4 yeast strain in the bitters and stuff like that, yes, they're so, and I use it in porter too. So much better at cellar temperature. You don't get the estery, soapy mouthfeel unless you drink it at that temperature. The flavors open up. It's magic. It has to be that temperature. This, I don't know what yeast strain they're using, but it is much better cold. Now I'm getting more sharp aromas, stouty aromas, and I'm getting more bitterness. It's a better beer cold. Much better beer cold. Much better. This beer's way better cold. Warm, I could only give it 6 out of 11. Like barely a pass or whatever, right? not horrible, but like as warm, you could taste this the calcium a lot in the back, the frothiness. It was just a baking soda type mess. It wasn't real. It was mild. It was kind of no sharpness showing through. This is totally different. It tastes smooth. I'm getting good textures the way you would off a cask beer at low temperatures. I'm getting the same results just flipped around backwards. You're getting better mouthfeel and everything when it's cold. Better sharpness, better flavor profile, everything. The head rapidly dissipated, but it is very pond scummy, you know, almost like a Belgian beer head at this point. Very, very tiny bubbles. See if I can get that to work. There, right? Not the end of the world. That's acceptable for a beer head. As long as it keeps a layer of scum on top, I'm good. The aroma's way better cold. It smells like an actual stout now. As for stout overall, not my favorite stout overall, but holy smokes, is it smooth. This is a very smooth stout. For a cold stout, this is smooth. Silky smooth. I'm still getting a bit of calcium frothing up on the end of the drink at the finish. I'm getting a little of calcium right at the end, like an abnormal amount of calcium. Right at warm, it's humongous. It's like smells a little bit like craft beer, like Tourist Town craft beer bit, and the aroma. But it's better than a lot of Tourist Town craft beer. This is better than the Big Rock shit I had. It's gonna get better marks, and for being so there's barley and oats in the beer. I talked to Chad about this on the hangout. I says, hey man, do you know about this? And he did. He thinks it's an enzyme, which makes a lot of sense, which is sort of what I was thinking, some kind of enzyme or chemical they put in to neutralize the gluten. Now, whether this is a 100% gluten thing, according to Chad's research, he says no, not necessarily. So if you are seriously gluten intolerant, if you do try this, maybe try it in a small dose, just fair warning, right? I can't guarantee that it's going to totally be perfect for someone with celiac or gluten intolerance or whatever. As for the product and the taste for claiming to be gluten intolerant and everything, yeah, it's banger if it's cold. Absolutely good. A little bit of calcium in the aftertaste. I would say if I recommended anything, I don't know anything about the gluten and this and that. The recipe seems fine. It's silky smooth. It's an oatmeal stout. You're getting that slickness. I would say maybe lay off the calcium just a bit, not necessarily a ton, but the warmer this beer gets, the more that shows through. I would say maybe, I know it's a stout and everything, and that's technically correct. You're supposed to have a lot of calcium in it, but dial it back like a bit. Like I would say like at least 25% or something. The aroma's great. I wish I knew what yeast strain they're using. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it's not SO4 unless SO4 just behaves really bizarrely in this type of concoction. It doesn't warm. It didn't come off like that at all. Cold is hard to say. It's very smooth though. A lot of carbonation for having not a lot of head, I gotta say. So whatever enzyme is, maybe it's affecting the protein as well. For stout overall, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 11, which isn't like, for me, is not super great. Most stouts are incredible. Just, you don't have to do shit to them. They're just fucking awesome usually. This is, I'd say, a little lackluster. It's not quite as good as a Guinness, we'll say, for sure. But it's not terrible. As for gluten-free beer, that's if you are gluten celiac and you can drink this and it doesn't bother you and it's an actual success, I'd say it's pretty damn good for gluten-free beer. Like, all things considered, I'd say that's like this would be like a 9 out of 11. But again, the one flaw I'm really tasting is the calcium, more so than the gluten-free shit. The oats is a nice touch. It really smooths it out. Yeah, dial that calcium back. You might have something. Or that could be their actual water profile, but yeah, you might want to get a fucking water filter. Yeah, so yeah, I'm seeing a 7 out of 11 for stout. I don't know. I'd have to go maybe a little lower. 6.5 as stout overall, actually. Even cold, it's a little flat tasting. And I don't mean flat carbonation wise, I mean flat flavor wise. Smooth, nice, not offensive. Just, you know, I'm used to dark malts, and there's a lot of dark malts in here, so it's not an ABV thing being 4.4. It's this much dark malt should bring that. Yeah, you should be like sharp, right? Not getting it. Oats smooths it out, yes, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. 6.5 is beer overall. As for gluten free, I'm gonna have to give it like 8 3/4 out of 11. No one's brewed a better one than this, but I would expect for gluten intolerant beer to reach the quality of what a good craft or authentic traditional ale would be, I would have to hypothetically place that as an 11 out of 11. And this is not that. So if this was like as good as like a kick-ass authentic stout that I've had and it was gluten-free, then I could give it an 11. Is it the best gluten-free beer I've had? Probably. Yeah, it probably is. So there you have it, Beerzerker, and I'm out. Yeah.